there is one very important yet underrated principle to meditation that probably you've never heard of, probably people haven't told you about. But when you overlook this one thing, I'll just be straight with you. There's probably no point in you even meditating. Why? Because you're not seeing the full results from your meditation. I mean, have you ever had this? Where I know for me, I've been meditating for over a decade now. I know for me, in the first few years of meditation, I got to this point where I was even asking myself, like, am I doing everything right? Am I meditating right? Is this even the right thing for me to be doing? Because I was meditating, I was feeling kind of better, maybe getting like a clearer mind, reducing anxiety, that sort of thing. But the reality was, it never felt like I was tapping into that true potential. And if you've ever had this question, this feeling of like, is there more to meditation? Like, surely there's more to it. The reason you're having that feeling is because there is. And by the way, if you've ever had that feeling or that question, whether you're doing meditation right or if there's more for you in your sort of spiritual practice, just hit the like button so I know if you've had that before. And no, it's not down to luck or other people meditating longer than you. That's why they have different benefits. You might think, oh, maybe it's because they have natural talent. Maybe they're just born for this. Maybe they had more practice when they were younger. Maybe they don't have the stress that I have in life. Or maybe they know some secret that I don't know. Well, the reality is there is a secret. But the secret to deepening your meditation, tapping into your spiritual abilities, your deeper spiritual abilities, awakening your higher self connection, and ultimately increasing your manifestation abilities in this reality comes down to this principle that most people overlook. But the good news is that stops today, because in this video, I'm going to share with you that principle. I'm also going to share with you the two things that your meditation results are based on, and 3 of the core areas that you should be focusing on in your meditation practice. And by the way, this is Joshua Andre, and I'm here to remind you who you truly are, so that ultimately you can live your best, most optimal destiny path in this lifetime and beyond. So first of all, when we appreciate meditation, I want us to think of meditation as a doorway, because the reality is, when I use the word meditation, there are infinite different possibilities or ideas that your mind can go in. Most people will think of meditation as you sitting down, closing your eyes, humming or breathing and just focusing on some space. And even if you look at Google definitions, and you type in like define meditation, it says something along the lines of being able to think deeply. Then it says, or spending a lot of time in silence. Then it says, or relaxation. Then it says something like chanting. It's kind of like, all of these things are very different. I mean, chanting is very different to thinking. Thinking deeply is very different to spending intense time in silence. So the reason why I want you to think of meditation like a doorway is because I want you to appreciate that meditation isn't just something as simple as just sitting down, breathing, and then you're unlocking some meditation. Actually, you can achieve a meditative state by doing a lot of different things. From some people achieve it by walking. Others achieve it through doing sports. Have you ever had that where you're doing something that you really enjoy, you're in that flow state, it's almost like you're no longer thinking, your mind's clear, and you're just in like a whole deeper state of consciousness. Some people do it through dancing, through singing, through DJing, doing yoga, many different ways. But the reality is that this is just some sort of practice to open this doorway which gets you into a meditative state. The problem is for most people, when they open that doorway and they access that meditative state, they're basically standing in that doorway, but not walking through it. You see, when you walk through it, what's there? There is infinite possibilities, infinite potential results that you can achieve from your meditation practice. Some results might be something as simple as calming the mind. Some might be as simple as reducing anxiety. Some might be more intense as healing organs, healing specific parts of the body, transmuting non-serving energy in your chakras, in your energy centers, tapping into your higher self, awakening that connection, receiving intuition and downloads. There's many different results, almost infinite possibilities when you open that doorway. But the problem is most people don't step into those possibilities. They stay in the doorway, receive those 5%, 1%, 10% benefits, feel like they're getting some benefits but not achieving the main ones. So this is the first principle, appreciating that meditation is a doorway with infinite possibilities, infinite results. Now the next thing that I'm going to cover is these 2 things that determine your meditation results. So these 2 things are very simple, but when you use them, it turns your ability to meditate into a very powerful practice. So the first thing is your goal for the meditation practice. Think about it. Even if you get into a meditative state right now, you breathe deeply, you relax the body, you keep your mind awake, you're focusing. If you had the goal, the intention to tap into something for abundance, there will be one type of energy that you're tapping into. If you have another intention to tap into some sort of form of love, infinite connection, that's another result. If you have the intention, the goal to heal a certain body part, that's another part of the possibilities that will be activated. So very simply, we need to have a goal for your meditation. Don't worry if you're not sure what the goal is. In a moment, I'm going to give you three main things that basically, whether you're a beginner or advanced meditator who's been practicing for years, you need to be tackling all three of these goals to find the unique thing for you in this life. But I'm going to get to that in a moment. Before I do, what is the second thing that directly impacts your meditation results? So now you've got your goal, you've got your intention, but not only that, what is the practice that you're combining with that? Think about it. There are so many different meditations out there. Some people do guided meditations, some people guide themselves, some people connect to third eye, go through their third eye portal. Some people do other things, such as deep breathing to activate the energy centers and the releasing trauma. But you need to have a technique that is geared for your particular goal. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a list of different potential techniques that you can use depending upon the goal that you're using. But there's one thing that I do want to mention, because I know I'm sharing here that when you open this doorway, okay, there's infinite possibilities, infinite results that you can get from your meditation practice. However, all of these possibilities are connected. And that's why there's some people who can meditate. Think about this. There's some people who can meditate, calm the mind. Then they do this for many years or many months. And what they notice is that their intuition is getting clearer. Their connection to their true self is getting clearer. This is because all of the results are actually connected. But what I'm speaking about here is you setting the intention for a particular focal point, a particular way to deepen the possibility in that result that you want. Then what will happen is naturally a lot of other results will also open up, but you're focusing on one particular area. It's almost like a domino. One domino will knock down the next domino, will knock down the next domino, will knock down the next domino. But you want to start at one particular one where you want to start for your particular goals in life. Oh, and there's one common pitfall that I don't want you falling into. So before I give you the three main areas that you should be guiding your meditation practice on, depending upon where you are in your journey, the one main pitfall that I see so many people fall into, from beginners, even to people who have been meditating for some time, to advanced practitioners, is not realizing the fact that oftentimes the goal that you think that you want for the meditation is not actually what you should be focusing on. Think about it. There's so many people right now focusing on when they're going to YouTube or Google and typing in how to open third eye, how to activate third eye. But the reality is they won't be able to activate their third eye if they don't activate their heart center, for example. Obviously, everybody is unique. Some people, it won't be that it will be the fact that they haven't activated their heart center, which is limiting the energy that is going into their higher chakras. For others, it may be that they need to work on their lower chakras before moving into third eye. So they start trying to open third eye. They're doing it to the best of their ability, but there's blockages down here, which is limiting the results that they get there. So notice this. This is a big pitfall. Oftentimes, your specific goal for meditation, the thing that you think that you want, is not actually the focal point you should be focusing on. So what should you be focusing on? Now, okay, in this video, I'm going to give you three main areas. Now, this is a generic video because I can't give you specific guidance right now. If you do want specific guidance, then just check the link in my description. You can apply and there'll be something that I can sort out with you to look at your specific situation to see what it is you need in your life, you know? Because some people right now, it will be number 3 that is the best thing for them to do. Some people will be number 1 that I'm going to share. Some people it will be something else completely different. But these are the 3 main ones that everybody should be at least starting out with and mastering. So what are they? Well, the first one is very simple and very self-explanatory. It's control over the mental. This is your ability to calm the mind. This is your ability to focus on one specific thing. In some of my lucid dreaming videos, I give some techniques for this because it comes very handy with that. But not only that, think about it. If you can't control the thoughts that are playing in your mind, the direction that your energy is going into, you can't control your own mental plane. This is when chaos starts manifesting. This is when you start going into, if you were to start going to higher states of consciousness, things manifest much faster. So if you're to go into that state of consciousness, then have a random thought about breaking up and you don't want to break up, or have a random thought about a lack of money, and obviously you're trying to manifest abundance, or have a random thought about a doubt or a bill. This is when these things can start to manifest faster. So this is why the first thing that I'm saying for everybody is control your ability to calm your mind, your mental space. This means clearing thoughts. This means transmuting certain thoughts, changing certain thoughts, what you're focusing on. Having the ability to focus on a specific point for more than 5 seconds. And by the way, if you're watching this video, I see that you're well into this video right now. So obviously you've got some decent attention span, but there's many people who haven't got the attention span that you have right now that have dropped off of this video. And this is a challenge for most people in this day and age. This is something to work on. So this is the first thing, having control over your mental space. You don't have that, then it's going to be tougher going into the other stuff because you won't be able to focus on what you need to focus on and maintain your energy there. They say where focus goes, energy flows and results show. Now, the second main possibility, main gateway that I always recommend people work on as well is transmutation. Now, this is transmutation on a physical terms, but also on an energetic side. So when we're talking about transmuting, on a physical side, trauma that may be stored in the body that is limiting your ability to receive these higher energies in your vessel, but also equally in your energy centers, your chakra system, transmuting these energies. Like I said, I'm going to give some particular techniques in the description of this video you can check out in a moment after this video is done. But in the meantime, I want to say one thing. A big thing that I see a lot of people get stuck on with this particular part is, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people doing a lot of amazing work with transmuting lower non-serving energies and transmuting them into higher vibrational energies so that you can live a higher vibrational state, manifest more easier, have a clear life, clear mind to have a better life. But the problem that I see most people get stuck in is that they get stuck in this transmutation phase for too long. Think about it. Do you know anybody who's in this like releasing trauma, releasing past lifetime stuff, and they've been in it for many months, many years, just constantly releasing stuff, constantly releasing trauma? I don't want you to get stuck in this phase too. Don't get me wrong, everybody's on their different journey and it's cool to release stuff. But the reality is even if you was to release everything from this lifetime, from all your other tens, hundreds, thousands of other lifetimes or even more, even if you was to do all that, as the days progress, I'm pretty sure somebody's going to cut you up in traffic and piss you off. I'm pretty sure your parents are going to say something that's going to trigger you in life. I'm pretty sure if you've got kids, your kids are going to do something that's going to annoy you. I'm pretty sure something is going to happen. Maybe it's your boss, maybe it's your spouse. Something's going to happen that is going to piss you off, going to annoy you, and going to cause a lot of trauma in your life. It could even be something like falling off your bike, causing some trauma in the physical body and the energetic side. If you feel embarrassed, but then you don't show the embarrassment, you control your feelings. It goes very deep. But there's going to be something. Now, if you get stuck in this cycle of needing to release everything, you're going to have to, then that will happen. You're going to have to do some practice to release it. Some other trauma will happen. Someone will annoy you. You have to do some practice to release it. Think about it. You'll be stuck in a never-ending cycle of releasing, and many people are stuck here. But I don't want you to be. So whenever I share with my inner circle members about releasing trauma, the main thing that I focus on is not just releasing, right? That will happen. That will happen as a side effect naturally. You're going to release a lot of stuff. But the main thing that I focus on is getting people to a witness stage. Now, this is very important, very powerful, especially in this phase. When you get to the witness stage, what this means is now, when something comes into your life, when an experience, someone says something, something happens that would normally cause anger, cause frustration, cause some sort of trauma on a physical, energetic side, instead of it coming in and latching onto you, holding onto you, then you need to release it. What just happens? It comes in, you witness it, and it flows out. This is why a lot of when you look into enlightened masters, spiritual beings who are very, not spiritual beings, but all spiritual beings, spiritual people who are very in tune and get onto a higher state of consciousness, things can happen, but it won't have the same effect that it used to. Think about it. On your spiritual journey, I'm sure you've had things that when you look back on in your life, something will happen now, and you know that in the past you would have reacted completely differently. But now you react in a different way. It's just like that, but on a much deeper level where something comes in, it doesn't even make you react, you witness it, it comes in, it goes out. So this is one thing that I want to say about this. Make sure when you are on this phase of your journey, of your meditation practice, your deeper state of consciousness practice, when you're looking into the transmutation phase, yes, transmute, release everything you need to release. But don't get stuck here. Master the way of being the witness. So when something comes in, you can let it flow out. That way, you won't be stuck in that perpetual cycle of always needing to release something. So this is very important stuff. And by the way, if you're getting any value from this video and you want more videos like this popping up on your feed every single day, every single week, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it, because then you'll get first access to all of these videos that I'll be posting in alignment with your highest, most optimal destiny path. Now, the third main goal to pull you on your most optimal destiny path, the third main thing that I'm going to speak about is all to do with higher self embodiment. Now, what this is tapping into not just your mental state, like not just your logical mind, not just your egoic mind, not just the you who you think you are in this life, but the you beyond that. Tapping into that you who knows the path that you are walking, who knows the path that you are meant to walk, who knows the exact reason why you came here, who is sending you downloads, intuition, every single day of your life, is guiding you, is pulling you. You know, when you're in life, you might be doing certain things, and you know that you shouldn't be doing it, you know that you shouldn't be walking that path, but your mind convinces you. Your mind's like, no, but if I don't do this, then I won't have the money to do that. Or if I don't do this, then what's going to happen? This person might leave me, or what will happen now in life? All these thoughts is not from your higher mind. A lot of these thoughts are from your logical mind. Logical mind is conditioned from society for your protection, for survival. But your higher mind knows your exact most optimal path. It knows that right now, leaving your job is the best thing that you can do. Even though it looks like to the logical mind that how you survive, you're not going to get paid. Actually, if you left your job, you're going to meet into a particular opportunity that will change your life forever. There's certain things that don't make logical sense, but you get this feeling to do. You ever had that before? You get this feeling to do something, but it doesn't make logical sense. A lot of the times, not all the time, if you know how to tap into your intuition more deeply, it will be all the time. But a lot of the times, these feelings is from your higher self. So when I talk about higher self embodiment, it's all to do with tapping into these feelings, these altered states of consciousness, so that you can receive exactly the right download for what you need in this moment to make the best, most optimal step, take the best, most optimal actions in your life. So this is why I talk about higher self embodiment. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, these 3 things sound cool, Josh, but how do I do them? What do I do? What I'm going to do, like I said, this is a generic video, so you can get a feel for where you think you're going to be and what you need to focus on. But there are hundreds, if not thousands, if not more, types of meditations out there that you can do. And the thing is, for everybody, it will be different, the effects that you'll get. Think about it. There's hundreds of meditations, thousands of meditations. For one person, one meditation will do the exact thing that they need for transmutation. For another person, they'll do that meditation or that practice, but it won't transmute on the level as the other person. Why? Because another practice is required for that person. So what I'm going to do, instead of going through all like hundreds, thousands of practice in this video, because probably we will be here for another 5 freaking hours, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a list in the description of a good chunk of meditations that you can look into or practices that you can look into, dependent upon your goal. Like I said though, these are 3 goals I'm focusing on in this video. There are more goals. Like I said as well, I'm just reminding you here so you don't think, oh my gosh, this is everything. No. Out of these 3 things, out of the things I'm going to put in the description for the different practices you can do, there are way more meditations, way more practices that you can do. And each one will have a unique effect on you. So my final thing to recommend to you is experiment with this, right? Experiment with different practices for you, where you are in the journey. When I say experiment though, I don't mean do one meditation practice a day, do another one tomorrow, do another one for the next day. No. Pick one meditation practice or one practice that I put in the description based on the goal that you're going for. Stick with that practice for some sort of cultivation period. What I mean by cultivation period is a period where you're doing it consistently for whether it's 1 week, 1 month, or even 1 year. Pick a period. Notice the results, notice the effects that you get with it. Then experiment being, after the cultivation period, after that 1 week, you can try another one. After those 2 weeks, those 21 days, you can try another one. So you give it enough time to see how your energy reacts to it, not just on a one-off, but consistently. So check the link, check the description for the practices that I'm putting in there dependent upon your goal. Like I said, if you are interested in getting specific guidance from myself, then check the link in the description because there'll be something that you can apply for. Just put a note in there that you watched this video, you want some guidance specifically for this, and I'll be sure to either myself or my team to get back to you. Other than that, if you're interested in this sort of thing, make sure to subscribe. Like I said earlier, there's other videos on my channel that will probably help you on this journey. And also make sure to check this video out here. I have no idea what it is. I've set it so that it will be random for you. So I'm gonna allow your higher self to speak through the YouTube algorithm and direct you to this video. So have a look at that video. Other than that, any questions, let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.